Hello, my name is Teresa Ham or Dorado. I'm registered under Ham. This is my Lib 200 class with Professor Latoya Brown, and I'm here to talk about my action project. The subject of my action project was alcoholism and substance abuse in HBCU campuses. Um, how I came to that subject was one day I was strolling through my email at my school email, Carolina A&T email, and I came across a flyer for counseling services. So I went down that rabbit hole, and going down that rabbit hole, I found out that there were AA meetings, Al Anon meetings, substance abuse meetings, all these different meetings happening on campus. And I was wondering why, one, I was wondering why we haven't heard about these meetings. Two, I was wondering how big is the problem of substance abuse on ABCU campuses. And three, I wanted to know um, how can we have access to these um, services. And so I did a little digging. I contacted the counseling service office. It was a little difficult at first because they kind of didn't understand what exactly I was looking for. And I was looking for answers as to the questions that I just said. Um, so that made it a little difficult for them to direct me in the direction I needed to go to speak to the person I needed to speak. Well, finally, I got in touch with Dr. Dominique Clemens James, who was phenomenal. She helped me. She answered questions. She reached out to me. She let me know that if there was anything else that I needed in my report, once I explained, my project to her, she made herself very accessible, and that was gladly appreciated. Dr. Clemens sent me over PowerPoints. She sent me over flyers, all these things that were used to um, reach out to the student body to make them aware that counseling services is there. Although my primary focus was supposed to be on alcohol and substance abuse, it became more of a counseling service discovery, because not only do they do those kind of recovery um, services, they also do anger management. They do, anxiety management. They do, it's a whole list or variety of services that is being offered right there on our campus um, that could be used by the student body. And I thought that was very, very important, and especially during a time like this. So here are some of the things that they offer. So we have National Recovery Month. So they have activities going on there. They have Celebrate Recovery, National Collegiate Alcohol and Other Drug Awareness Week. They have AA Anonymous, NA Narcotics Anonymous, Al Anon Support Group, Gambling Support Group, Sober Watch Parties, Game Nights, Stump the Stigma, um, and I'll get back to that in just a moment. Um, but these were some, and I just thought that this was just wonderful. They have weekly recovery chats and social activities through the counseling services. I think that's more geared towards like being a peer free or substance free kind of environment for people to socialize and have that social interaction. They also have other resources that if what couldn't be handled on campus, they could go out and get um, other services through other organizations if they couldn't find what they needed on campus. But I just thought this was absolutely wonderful, and it made me think like we always hear about stories about white college campuses and how substance abuse is, plaguing that campus with opiates and things like that. But you never really think about, or you never hear about the African American, the HBCUs, and what is happening in our communities as far as these um, epidemics, as they like to call them, once they get worse. So, finding these counseling services was just absolutely a great discovery. Also, I reached out to Dr. Clemens James about um, about like statistics and things like that. Like, how often do people come in, do students come in? And she did send, she's told me that she was unable to give me specifics about, what goes on campus, but she does have like a generalized how many students they helped since they started, and how many, the demographics of it. And come to find out that African American males between the ages of 18 and 21, with the junior status classification, have been using the services more than anyone else on campus. And that goes back to the stigma of black males not getting, the mental health, the mental health that they need, or, the resources that they need to recover. So that was interesting to find that that our African American men are actually seeking help in these things and getting counseling, and that in itself is also phenomenal. That was a good find. Although this project was very brief, it is something that I would like to look back into later. Go a little deeper, look a little, like what may have been the triggers for these African American men between the ages of 18 and 21, their junior year, to need counseling services. So this is a subject that can go on and on and on, and I'm sure there's like great discoveries from a more in depth investigation towards this. So, Dr. Brown, watching this, I hope this is everything that um, you hope to find. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My paper is included in the Blackboard link, and um, I really enjoyed this project. I found out some information I did not know, and that was great because that's what you want from any project, is to learn. I do thank you for your time, and look forward to seeing you.